Hi everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to do a cute little simple craft. It's something that most women are going to think is pretty and also functional. And so we're going to start with little jars from the Dollar Tree. I have 2 of them. I already took the labels off them. They were only $1. And then we also have 2 little candlestick holders that were also $1 at the Dollar Tree. I took the label off of one of them and left the other one on. Okay. So we're going to put little sayings on them and turn them into cute little makeup brush holders. So we're going to be using our Cricut just a little bit. And so we're going to need a Cricut mat. And so I'm going to take the top off the Cricut mat and set it to the side. And now we're going to need some vinyl. And I'm going to go ahead and put this little piece of vinyl on here. I think it's going to be big enough for our project. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll do it this way instead. Okay, so I'm going to brandish it on with this Cricut tool. It's a Cricut scraper. And you're trying to get the bubbles out and you're trying to adhere it to your little Cricut mat. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go into the Cricut Maker and we're going to make pretty little, a face for one of them and a saying for the other one. And we're going to measure it to see what size we want our saying and our face to be. So I have it set at 3 inches because it looks like if you put it for 3 inches this way and 3 inches this way, it'll fill it in pretty good. And we don't want it to go too far around the sides because then when you're looking at it face on, you really don't see that part. Okay, so we want it to be like approximately 3 by 3 for both items because they're both the same size. Okay, so let's go ahead into the Cricut Maker and I'll show you how to do that. We want to go ahead and click on the Cricut design space up in the top left-hand corner. And while that's coming up, I'll tell you, so the images that are going to be in here are images that I went on to Google and I downloaded them. I would type in makeup sayings, cute makeup sayings, or lady's face and stuff like, and so pictures would pop up and then I would pick the pictures I wanted. And then one of them I had to buy, I think it was $2, and the other ones were free. You can put free images and the free ones will pop up. Or if you don't have a Cricut, you can go ahead and go to either the Dollar Tree or one of the craft stores like Hobby Lobby or Michael's and look for stickers to put on the outside. I'm sure they have some types of stickers or maybe even just pretty sayings or something for it. Okay, so it looks like our Cricut Maker is coming up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click on this top right-hand corner where it says New Project. We're going to go ahead and click on that. Sometimes it takes a minute or two for it to come up. Okay, so now our Cricut design space is popping up. This is our workspace right here where the white and with the little boxes all over. So we want to go to the left where all the icons are, and we're going to go to the very bottom and hit Upload because we're going to upload the pictures that we downloaded. Okay, so the picture we want first is this cute little woman's face. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, and then we're going to hit Add to Canvas. And then it'll bring the picture up, and it's going to be a little bit, well, probably a lot too big, and we're going to size it. So we're going to move this picture up into the corner here. And then we're going to take the bar on the right here and lower it a little bit. That was a little too much. And then we're going to take the one down at the bottom here and move it over a little. We're going to click right over here in the, so now here in the corner, you see the arrows. This is how you size it. You can push in to make it smaller. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to go ahead and move these bars back so we can see exactly how big we're getting. So we've decided we wanted around 3 inches long and 3 inches wide. So let's see. If we go to approximately 3 inches. Okay, so it looks like we need to go in just a little more. Okay, so it looks like if we do 3 inches long, we end up with 3.5 inches, or 3 inches wide, we end up with 3.5 inches long. Or are we 4? Let's see. Oh, we're too big still. Okay, we need to make it smaller. Okay, it looks like the lips come down, they're not quite to 3 inches. I think I'm going to make it just a tiny bit bigger. Okay. Okay, so that one's sized good. So now we're going to go back in to upload again. And we're going to upload this next sign, which says Hello Gorgeous. So we're going to click on that one. And then we're going to hit Add to Canvas. And we're going to also size that one. So we'll move it over to the side. And we'll start shrinking it down. Okay, we're going to start it at the 4-inch mark so we can really judge how big we're getting. And we're going to try to go to about 7. Maybe we'll go a tiny bit over 7. Okay, so it's like a little tiny bit over 3 inches. Okay, so we're going to just go through and we're going to hide all the red ones. So what we do is we go over to the side here where all the pieces are showing, and these little eyes, we want to hit them so that it hides all the red pieces. And once that's done, then we want to go ahead and select all and attach it. And now we want to go ahead and make it. So we're going to take our Cricut mat and we're going to put it in the Cricut maker. And okay, we're going to hit continue. Okay, so now it's asking what kind of material. The material we're using is vinyl, so we're going to click on vinyl. And then it asks about pressure. So you hit the arrow, and we want to hit more pressure because we want to make sure it goes all the way through. You can do fast mode if you want. I never do that. I'd rather just the regular speed. I want to make sure it cuts correctly, so I just don't ever use that. So now you just hit the flashing button to start your Cricut, and it's going to start cutting. Okay, once it's at 100%, it's going to kick our little mat right back out, and then we are going to hit the flashing button, and it'll kick it the rest of the way out. Now we're going to hit finish. Okay, so now we're going to go in here and we're going to hit delete, and it's going to delete all of those black ones. And we're going to pull this black vinyl off of the mat, and we're going to put red vinyl on. So the red vinyl I have is just a little piece, but those are like 1 inch long. So I'm going to take this small part of my vinyl, this little piece right here, and I'm going to put that at the top because that's a little bigger than an inch, and those are less than an inch, so we should be good. And then I'm going to use my tool wherever I put that. And I'm going to brandish it down again. And I'm going to put this in the Cricut maker, and we're going to print the lips and the flower off. Or not print, cut it. And then We're going to go ahead back through and click on all these red ones and bring them back up again. Now we're going to take this little flower and move it over because we don't want to waste vinyl. So we're going to move it over, and then we'll move the lips up too. And because I have a couple other jars that I had already started making some things for, I'm going to actually duplicate these. Stay in the order that they're in. We want to hit group. We want the whole group. Okay, and then hit group, then hit attach. And that way they come off like as a flower instead of a bunch of little pieces. So then we hit make it. And then we'll hit continue. And then we're going to pick our vinyl again. We're going to default and hit more. And then we hit the button on the Cricut Maker. There's a flashing button and you push it and it'll start. Okay, so now that it's at 100%, we want to just unload it. So you push on the flashing button and it unloads your maps. And now you can just escape out of it. It'll ask you quit. Yes, we want to quit. And then we have our little red pieces. So we're going to pull those off the Cricut mat and set them to the side. We're going to cover the Cricut mat right back up so that it doesn't get full of stuff again. And move that to the side. We can go ahead and just finish this out. Move it over to the side also. So now what you need is something called transfer tape. But you can also use contact paper, which I bought some contact paper at the Dollar Tree. They have it. So it was only $1. So that's the cheaper way to go. And what you want to do is cut a piece that is just as big as your vinyl. And I'm going to go ahead and cut along the vinyl too here. Okay, we'll set that to the side. And then the red ones. Just make sure you don't cut the thing you just cut out. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is first pull off the back of your vinyl. And while you're pulling the vinyl off, you want to leave behind your design. So you're going to use your weeding tool and you're going to try to hold down, like this is the eyelashes. You're going to try to hold down the eyelashes on while you're pulling back the part that doesn't have the eyelash on it. And don't forget you have a little nose piece on here. So you want to leave that behind too. Okay, so this is what you'll have so far. And then you want to go ahead and do that also with the lips. Okay, so then you're going to take a piece of contact paper or transfer tape and you're going to cut a piece off. And you'll peel the backing off of it. Okay, so you're going to position it so the lips are where you want them underneath your face. And then you'll put your contact paper over that. So, I want to make sure I have the right size. So it's going to look like that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do the Hello Gorgeous one. Where did that one go? Okay, so you're leaving behind, you're pulling the back off, and on the back you want to leave the Hello Gorgeous word on there, and you're pulling all the other part off. Okay, so now what we're going to do is pull all the little parts out of there, the ones that aren't supposed to be there, like the inside of the O. Okay, so once that part's weeded, you'll set it down. You'll find your little red flower and do the red flower next. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and try to place it where you think you want the little flower to be. So honestly, I think I'm just going to cut into this a little bit more. Then I'll take my contact paper. Is this big enough? No. All right, so we'll cut another little piece off of the contact paper. Oh. And we'll place it over that. Put the heart, the little flower where we want it. So when you're done, it'll look like these do. Okay, so now what you're going to do is pull the white part, the backing off, and leave your stuff behind on the contact paper. So once you get it done, it'll look like this, and it's ready to go on your project. We're going to go ahead and set it to the side for a second and do this one. Okay, so that's what I have for that one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put them on the outside of these glasses. So what you do is you place it where you want it on the glass. Because the glass is curved, sometimes it's a little tricky to get it. So you're pressing down on it and leaving your design behind. So that's what that one looks like so far. And we're going to go ahead and do the other one on here. Now, since it's curved, you can cut along the sides of all of this so that it'll shape itself around where it's got to go. Okay, so you push it down all around, and then you pull the top part off. And then once you do that, you can push down on it and make sure it's on there really secure. And now what we're going to do is on the inside, we're going to go ahead and take the Mod Podge. And then I have the sponges that I get from the Dollar Tree all the time. They're $1 for 6. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those out. And I'm going to Mod Podge around the inside of these, and I'm going to sprinkle them with glitter. I'm not especially trying to get the bottom. If it hits the bottom a little, it's okay, but I'm really not trying to do that. You don't really need it on the very bottom. And I want to make sure it's not real crazy thick, but that it's wet enough to hold the glitter. So okay, we're going to go ahead and glitter this one. So I'm going to use this box so that it doesn't get everywhere. Go ahead and put a little bit more. Make sure it's nice and wet. Okay, so I'm going to dump some glitter in. And then I'm going to just keep flipping it all around. And then I'm going to go ahead and set that to the side to dry and do the next one. Okay, so now we're ready to glitter this one. Now we're ready to move on. We want to add a little base to it, like this. Okay, so these are from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead, I have E6000 glue. And so I'm going to go ahead and put E6000 on a lot of it. E6000 is a strong glue. Okay, so I'm going to close that up. Okay, so I'm just going to do the E6000 glue around the top of it. And place each one right in the center. Here. So I'm going to go ahead and just place these right on the center. And then we'll let them dry. And I'm trying to decide if we want to use these beads at all. I bought these at Hobby Lobby. Yeah. So I think what we're going to do, see how there's a lip around here? We're going to go ahead and take them. I'm going to start in the back. And I'm going to use my glue gun. And I'm going to put these cute little beads all the way around. It'll look like she has a necklace or a pretty collar. Start right here. And I'm just going to tack it around every so often. When you're all done, you'll be able to go pull these little stringy things off. Sometimes the glue gun, the glue can be very stringy and messy, but you can pull that off later. Once we get all the way around, then you'll know where to cut it. And we'll go ahead and cut it off there. Put another little dab of glue. And then you are going to have to leave it sit to dry. Just set it here for the time being. And we're going to go ahead and put one on here too, so it looks just as pretty as the other one. Okay, so now it's been a couple hours, actually about 3 hours, and my decoupage is all the way dry, and it looks real pretty and glittery and clear. But if you don't put a coating inside, then you can knock all your glitter right off the glass as you're throwing your makeup brushes in here. And you don't want to do that. So what you should do is take your decoupage again. Now wait till your decoupage is the old one is all dry, and then you go back through and you decoupage it again. And so that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so once you get it completely coated and you know it's a pretty good coat job, then you just set it to the side and you let them dry for, it's going to take probably longer than a day. It might be more like 2 to 3 days for it to completely dry and look kind of clear again, or, you know, real shiny, glittery again. I mean, it still looks pretty like this too, but it'll be even prettier after a couple days when it completely dries, because it does take some time now because it's really thick on there. So these are for our makeup brushes. I did buy a pack of makeup brushes to put in there. And these were just from Dollar General, and they were $2. They're very cheap brushes. I just wanted to show you how it'll look all done. Now you could put those, there's like makeup sponges. You could put those in there. You could put whatever you want. This is just an example. So you could do brushes. Okay, so here's our finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft, and if you did, please visit me on YouTube and comment and like and share with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye.